Usually when someone tries to make an argument against Christianity, they'll say something like, oh, you shouldn't believe the Bible. It's been edited and written multiple times. And that's because they don't understand how we get historical data in the first place. Yet they'll read a history book and go take a history class and believe what the teacher tells them for a fact, but they're not being academically honest when it comes to looking at the Bible. For example, looking at the New Testament, it was freely transmitted. You have to understand the difference between a free transmission versus a controlled transmission. So free transmission means that you had multiple authors writing in different places at different points in time. So you had someone like Paul who would write a manuscript and then give it to an elder, and then that elder would preserve the original copy and then make copies and freely disseminate it amongst the body. When you have something so freely and widely given out and translated to multiple languages to make it accessible, you can't edit something like that. You might have something like textual variation, but you can pull together all the papyri at the end of the day and see what the original one is saying because you had it so freely transmitted. Even Paul talks about in the scriptures in Galatians how even though he wasn't necessarily with the apostles at one point in time, Jesus himself instructed him and taught him, and what he was saying wasn't contradicting with the other apostles, and that's how you know he was actually being taught by Jesus. They were written in different places and different points in time by different authors, but from one God. Versus a controlled transmission that other religions have. That means you can have volumes completely changed and completely edited to say something completely different, and then you could just burn all those previous volumes the previous year and then put out a new one the next year, and you wouldn't even know the difference. So if we're going to be academically honest, the Bible is one of the most reliable sources of historical truth that we have.